Okay, so today I'm going to give you guys my review of the Dallas Wings and Atlanta Dream game. A close loss. I got a lot to say. Let's get started. Okay, so starting with Paige Bueckers, as I always do. So she finishes with 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists, 1 steal, okay? Not her best metrics from the field, but you know what? We still got 20 ball and 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. Efficiency fan club, we are so up. We are so up. Like Paige said, I hate turnovers. So the fact she left with no turnovers today, I know she happy. I know she happy. So yeah, in the beginning, she hit some good shots, which I will show. And then she kind of, like, her shots weren't falling right. And then in the fourth quarter, Paige was great in the fourth quarter, okay? I think she had 9 points. She had assists in there as well. Like, people are going to hate on Paige at the end because she missed a shot to win the game. But it's literally, like, who got us in that position, okay? With all the points that she had in the fourth quarter, with all the assists that she was getting, you know, what she's able to do on defense. I appreciate Paige. She does all of those little things as well. Not to mention the fact that Lee sold on that one possession, which I'm going to get to later. But Paige Bueckers, what a special player, what a generational player. Always a treat to watch her play basketball and do what she does and give this woman some help. Yeah. And she actually did credit them with setting screens for her. And I thought she was just being nice because she always says, you know, nice stuff and bigs up her teammates. But I looked at the highlight and they actually did set some good screens for her today. So shout out to Louisa and shout out to Haley. Okay, they were getting some screens and they were getting her open. See what happens when you set some good screens for her. They could stand to help her with the double team still. I still do feel that way. And also, he needs to let her play the point guard position more, which I say in every single video. And I think the first half, she was playing it most of the time. And then what did he do? Get JJ Quinterly on ball. And people pointed this out. But literally, he only puts Paige back on ball whenever they in trouble, okay? Paige needs to play point guard for like 70-80% of the game, okay? I have come to terms with I'm okay with Haley running the point sometimes. I still don't like how ahead of herself that she gets in transition at times. I will say that. But, you know, Paige needs to be running it a majority of the time. You see so many good things in the fourth quarter. When the moment matters the most, she did everything that she could. So I really appreciate her contribution today in that fourth quarter. Got a lot of good plays to go. What a special player, man. Love Paige Bueckers basketball. Some of my favorite Paige plays from the game. So this was a mid-range jump shot that she hit to get the game started. Paige mid-range jump shot feeds families. Best in the league. This was the first 3 that she had over Brittany Griner, by the way. Y'all know how tall Brittany Griner is, and she still got that to go. Paige 3 ball, my demon. This is the one she had, I think, that didn't count, and that was unfortunate. But it was still really cool. I love that she was being aggressive during this game and hunting for her shot. I forgot to say that earlier, but she had 10 shot attempts at halftime, and she had double figures as well. So I really appreciate those things for Paige, just being aggressive, hunting her shot, making stuff happen. It didn't count, but this was still a cool play nonetheless. Pretty sure this was the tough and one that she had. She had a few tough and ones this game. And yeah, as I always say, her ability to finish through contact is special. So, you know, this is a great play. And I think this is just like a closer up of the play that I was just talking about. But the fact that she got that to go in, we love it. This is a play that she got fouled on. You can clearly see the foul. That should have been called for Paige. I definitely agree. I get why she would feel away. People keep trying to say Paige has a whistle. No, she doesn't, bro. She be getting fouled so many times in the game, and they do not call that. Now on to some records for Paige Bueckers. Yes, despite the loss, Paige Bueckers tied Cynthia Cooper for the fastest player to reach 400 points and 100 assists in WNBA history. Both did it in just 22 games, okay? As I always say, Paige Bueckers is a generational player. Paige Bueckers is a special player, okay? And I keep saying this, but she's having such a phenomenal rookie season. People aren't talking about it enough, which is why I always make it a point in these videos to highlight her records, because every single game she's breaking records, okay? One of only 3 players, I believe, in the league to have double figures every single game. As a rookie, Paige Bueckers is doing this. One of the best guards in the league. As a rookie, Paige Bueckers is doing this. Like, no limit to the Glaives. Like, I'm pouring honey on you, go. Like, this is insane. Paige Bueckers will be a Hall of Famer when it's said and done. Trust. This is another one. Paige Bueckers now has the most games by a rookie in WNBA history with 20 plus points, 5 plus assists, and 0 turnovers. You see that? Efficiency fan club. We are so up right now. This is from Dallas Wings PR, but it just shows, you know, Paige's effectiveness as a point guard. She accounts for 57.9% of the team's points in the second quarter, 5 points, 2 assists, 6 points created from assists. So we love that things. Let Paige play point guard, as I always say. This is something similar for the fourth quarter like I was talking about. So Paige in the fourth, 654, down 8, assist on 2, 542, down 6, assist on 3, 425, down 3 and 1, 236 down, 3-pointer, 201 down and 1. Scored or assisted on 14 of the Wings' final 19 points, okay? Making a huge difference, you know. In those big moments, Paige steps up. I really appreciate her. This is Paige's pregame fit to those who care. Always like to show these. AZ Fudd was in attendance for today's game, so I love that. I actually got my AZ Fudd shirt on today, period. Had to wait for the occasion. So we love it, love the relationships. On to my favorite tweets from the game. Bro, my mutual tweeted this. They said AZ and Anastasia are in a competition for who has more page shirts. I was laughing for like 5 minutes when this tweet got posted, bro. And it's got like 200 likes. Hashtag motion link. Like, bro, it's so true. I always be getting new page shirts, but like, I just scrolled on the timeline. I didn't even get tagged and I saw this, bro. This was so funny. This was so funny. This is one of my favorite tweets. So maybe a little self-glazed, but I just thought this was hilarious. I really thought that it was. This is another one I really agree with. It says, why do our commentators always glaze Myisha Hines-Allen so much? Like, are they watching her play with their eyes closed? Exactly. She has so many puzzling plays where she turns over the basketball or holds on to it too long or just makes a bad read, a bad pass. She can't finish at the basket. You don't see her setting screens, a defensive liability. I just don't understand how you can see Myisha Hines-Allen play with this Dallas team continually and think that she does enough good things on the court. This was a man who had her in the starting lineup at one point and Kyla Charles in the starting lineup. He was one of the worst coaches that I've ever seen. Man, fuck Chris. But I'm tired of the glaze. This one, the idea of JJ and Myisha Hines-Allen playing off of each other might work in 3x3. In theory, JJ's speed and Myisha Hines-Allen flash post moves could produce some open cutting lanes, but in the actual WNBA setting, those quick hit plays are less effective since they neither of them have a reliable pull-up game. Exactly. So much bad IQ on the floor at once. We need to get rid of those rotations. It doesn't do anything good for us. This one, blank and blank check-in and the offense goes stagnant. Notice, yeah, they talk about Myisha Hines-Allen and JJ, I think, but I would agree. These rotations that Chris has continually is really a joke, especially in clutch time. I'm like, you have to be serious. We need better defensive rotations. This one, are we free of the JJ Cornerly point guard experiment? Bro, in the beginning we were. In that second half, he did some BS, bro. You see how every time Paige on ball, we go on runs, how it's effective. And yet he goes away from that and he don't let her play point guard. I say this in every video. You think the man would learn, but he's stupid, so of course he doesn't. This one, Dejanay hustles like no other. I'll tell you that. I would agree with the rebounding, with the defense. She plays really hard. Her, shot selection at moments is very questionable to me, actually, most of the time. But she plays hard. That one Valkyries game, I was really big on trying to highlight the rebounds that she got us in the end because that really helped us out a lot. This one, she should not be the smoothest a rookie about Paige and the play over Brittney Griner. Exactly. Like, just crazy. This one, they can't fuck with you, Paige. Greatest to ever play ball. You the GOAT, you who, you play hard, and you the best. Exactly. What the Steph Curry meme? Exactly. It's true. This one, Paige Bueckers is so fundamentally sound. The way she keeps her dribble alive under pressure is textbook. The moment she feels the double, she immediately finds open player. She's such a tough cover because she doesn't react the way she sees the next play before it even develops. Exactly. Paige is always going to pass the ball when she gets double teamed. And just being able to take care of the basketball, just the anticipation that she has. She's just a really high IQ player. So I very much agree with this one. This was about Haley. It says, Haley Jones being used the way she should have been used in Dallas really moves me. When she slotted into that point forward role, she just looks so much more comfortable. Dallas actually met her where she was at in her development, and that's how you maximize a player's potential. I really agree. Like I said, I would like to see Haley Jones here next year. She's got the IQ. She's unselfish. She plays really hard. She works really well with Paige. So I very much agree with this. Like, Haley Jones has been really good for us. This one, still mourning Paige's 3 that didn't count. Exactly. I'll talk about this now. Brittney Griner got ejected from the game. There was this play with her and Haley. Basically, she thought the foul should have been called. It wasn't. And then she was going off on the ref. She was really mad. And so then she got ejected from the game and everything like that. Was she doing too much? Yes. You guys need to keep your think pieces being racist and saying all the horrible stuff you say about Brittney Griner away. Okay, she got ejected from the game. She was doing too much, and we can keep it at that. Okay, because some of the stuff people be saying about her, very distasteful. Okay. This one, Myisha Hines-Allen getting in and immediately fucking up. Oh, I'm sure. Exactly, bro. She always does. This one too, the concept of beating New York Liberty but losing to the Atlanta Dream without BG. Like, IDK, we gotta control it, bro. We are so unserious. We always win the games that I would expect us to lose, and we always lose the games I would expect us to win. We had no Brittney Griner, no Jordan Canada, okay, and somehow we can't pull it out. Oh, also no Ryan Howard, and somehow we can't win. But this one, Paige had 21, and the tank for AZ continues. Hashtag wings up. Exactly, we got a mission. This one every time, and it's their reaction to Chris with his so-called plays, bro. Paige is so tired. Going from Gino to this, a joke. This one, that Paige is just ahead of everybody in the Rookie of the Year race. Exactly, bro. You see how a lot of them are getting quiet or they're moving the goalposts? How can you move the goalposts when Paige has, what now, 11, 20-point games? You can't. Paige is just Paige. Paige is generational, and that Rookie of the Year is coming soon to us, but very much agree with this tweet. Time to talk about everybody else. So Arike finishes the night with 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 38.5% from the floor, 5 of 13, 0-3 from the 3, made both of her free throws, 2 turnovers, 43.2% true shooting. This was not a great game for Arike. I will say that she made that clutch shot towards the end. Okay, so I really appreciated that. But in general, yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Let's put it that way. And, you know, I got words. This is kind of a two-parter, but my mutual made this meme that I use every once in a while. Arike Ogunbowale cycle gets slandered, balls out for 2 games. In this case, it was like 4 games. Van Base questioned why the new fans didn't want her, shoots him out of games and played no defense. Okay, so this is the first. And then this is part 2, but it kind of cancels out because she was clutch at the end and everything. So I feel two ways. In general, that clutch shot at the end, okay, that was big. I will give her that. In the whole game, it wasn't great. I can say those things. And while I'm here, the Arike stands, y'all be doing too much. Because Arike, the first half of the season before the All-Star break, she was not good this season, okay? She may have had 4 or 5 good performances this season. Paige has been carrying all year. And Arike has a few good games that she strings together. And what do you guys say? Oh, you guys were so wrong around Arike and da-da-da-da-da. How many times has Arike fucking sold this season? When she went 2-14 against Seattle, the game where Paige had 35 points and Arike only had 10 points in that game as well, bro. Arike has sold so many times. In the whole season, you guys have had excuses for when Arike has sold. But let Paige not have a good game and you guys are on her ass. Everyone's talking about we should be quiet on Arike now, da-da-da-da-da. I'm not letting you guys get revisionist. I'm really not, okay? I hope that after this game, Arike bounces back and she can continue this kind of play, the play she was having for the 4-game stretch for the rest of the season. Do I think that's going to happen? No, if I'm being honest with you. But you guys act like we didn't have a reason to kind of just be frustrated with the performance, okay? You know, that's what I have to say. And those talks about people saying that we need to be quiet about it and you guys are right, da-da-da-da-da, like, no. It always comes back around pretty much. Like I said, I appreciate that shot at the end, but still, I have to say those things. And another thing is, like, you guys, I see people having talks. I forgot about this point. But people are saying that they want to see Paige, Arike, and AZ Fudd next year. No. Arike continuously has bad decision making. Okay, and she is selfish with the basketball, and someone pointed this out, but her and Paige played the game 2 completely different ways, and it just doesn't work. They have moments of playing well together, but the last game when they played well, you know, individually, it wasn't because of each other. They just happened to both have 2 good games at the same time and everything. But yeah, I say this to say, AZ Fudd, you will be a Dallas Wing next season, trust, and you guys just say anything. How can you watch Paige and Arike play together the entire year and say, oh, we should throw AZ Fudd into this and basically make AZ Fudd play the 3? I am not hungry. We do not need that. Get AZ Fudd here next year. Like I said, I got my AZ Fudd t-shirt on. AZ Fudd, you will be a Dallas Wing next season, trust. But y'all Arike stands, y'all have to be for real, okay? Because if Paige played like Arike has been playing this whole season, y'all wouldn't have the amount of grace that you guys have had for Arike, okay? You can say I have a soft spot for a player. You can say the performance wasn't good and everything like that. I can give her, you know, her 8s for her good performances in the last few games and for that clutch moment at the end. But you guys be making so many excuses. When Paige has been carrying the team on her fucking back this year. I'm sorry. You guys are getting way too revisionist for me. Every game, whenever she doesn't play well, you guys always have an excuse. I'm tired. I want to talk about Haley Jones. Haley Jones had a lot of positives for me today. 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, okay? She had 1 steal, 62.5% field goal percentage, 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 3 from the 3, 1 turnover, 75% true shooting. So I really appreciated her performance today. Like I said, setting the screens for Paige, you know, getting some shots to go. There was this one play, the shot clock was going down, and she hit this huge 3, okay? Very deep 3. That was a great play by her, but just high IQ with the floor. She plays hard. This is a good stat line, and yeah, I want to see her continue to be in the starting lineup because she does good things for us continually. So really appreciate Haley Jones and her contribution to this team. We talk about everybody else. So we have Louisa, 25 minutes, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 55% from the floor. From the scoring, it was a good day for Louisa. She was knocking down some threes, getting some assists for Paige. Paige had 7 assists today. One day, Paige will get her second double-double. I don't know when that day will be because they sell the assists, but that's beside the point. But she was getting some good points for Paige and everything, so I can appreciate what she did offensively. Defensively, and I said this before, Louisa is a defensive liability. I saw her get scored on so many times this game, bro. Any good player on a team, all they need to do is have Louisa, Lee, or Maisha Hines Allen guarding them, or JJ, basically, and you're good. You're gonna get like 30 points a game because her defense, no. Like, so many times you're getting scored on over and over again. I'm sorry. I have to say it. Like, I noticed that so many times this game. Can appreciate it offensively, defensively. We have to get better. Maisha Allen, 14 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steal, 50% from the floor. It's the same things I would say with Maisha Allen. Kind of that I was already repeating earlier, so don't want to do it too much, but just low basketball IQ. Low basketball IQ, that's what I can say. She just pissing me off so bad. I already talked about Arike DeJounte Carrington, 25 minutes, 8 points. I think 3 rebounds. I can't see how many assists, 57.1% from the floor. So with DeJounte, I will say that I saw some stuff that I liked today. Let me start off with the positive. She had a block. I love a good block. I still love that block that she had on Sabrina in the New York game. Okay, that was a great play. That was a great play. And she had this one play where she drove through the lane and she got this really, really tough shot to go. I think it was kind of like a floater. That was a really cool shot that she got to go as well. And defensively, DeJounte Carrington, her presence has made a huge difference. With her coming back, I felt, it would be good for us because her and Paige are the only ones who consistently play defense for this team, as I always say. And so, defensively, she was putting pressure on, getting the ball out of bounds, and just making some high IQ plays on defense. Why she wasn't on, who was it? Naz Hillman in the last possession. I don't know. Was she even in the game? I don't remember. We need to, ask Chris those things and everything like that because I'm sure it all leads back to him. But, she had some good contributions today. Like I always say, with the shot selection, it's very questionable to me. There was this one play. She was driving through the lane, I think, and I think she missed the layup, something like that. They got the ball back, and there was this play. She had open space to hit the layup, and she blew the layup again. It's these things, and I think there was this play with her and Maisha Hines-Allen where she was just holding on to the ball, didn't really know what to do with it. Same thing with Maisha Hines-Allen, and it was just, we had some really empty possessions tonight. So she has moments where I get frustrated watching her play. I think the shot selection and the IQ could be better. I don't ever want to see DeJounte running up the ball in transition. Please, I don't need to see those things. But, she had some good plays tonight. I can appreciate her defensively, so I'll give her that today. I'm going to continue on. JJ Quinterly, 16 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 still, 50% from the floor. I don't know how many turnovers she had. I didn't screenshot that, but it's just a continuous thing of not letting her play point guard, of her taking contested layups. She went and she tried to take a shot on Bree Jones, and boom, she said, give me that shit. She gave a block. You can't do that. She like a foot taller than you. So the IQ, the continuous driving down the lane for the contested layups, I'm just not hungry. And she needs to be coming off the bench. Like I said, I don't know why Chris still has her in the starting lineup, but these things frustrate me. With Lee, we have 12 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 100% from the floor. She had some good shots today. I will give her that. But like I said before, and like I will say again today, Lee is a defensive liability, bro. That last possession, Naz Hillman, Lee was guarding her. She knew it was food, and boom, she got the shot in. Okay? Lee's defense is just not good enough. She gets scored on so many times, okay? Perimeter defense is not there. Occasionally, she can have good defensive plays, but her and Louisa are defensive liabilities. I've said it before, and I'll say it again today. Why DeJounte wasn't guarding on the last possession, I don't know these things. I really don't know these things. So, I got frustrated. What can I say? It's just giving me flashbacks to whenever she actually tried to guard her. I'll give her that. Maisha Hines-Allen didn't even try to guard Sonia Citron. She wasn't even near the vicinity. Please. But that frustrated me. She had some good plays, but please. Zaza, 7 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, 50% from the floor. Only playing her 7 minutes is kind of criminal. Grace Berger did not play. Tia McCowan didn't play. Ty Harris and Maddie Seegers are out, as we know. Now we'll look at advanced metrics for today's game. So first quarter, 26-21. In the beginning, before the commercial break, we were both cooking, okay? Bucket after bucket after bucket. Defense was non-existent, okay? After the commercial break, it went to shit, okay? We had to start playing defense, both teams, because, the shots weren't going in, and so, yeah. But before the commercial break, we were hooping. We were getting good shots in. It was fun. I like when we get off to a fast start, and then, after that, we got outscored 26-21. Second quarter, kind of a similar thing, just having multiple, we had so many turnovers this game, and we'll get to those stats, but just low IQ plays, not being able to have shots go in, and bad shot selection continuously, problems with Chris's rotations, it just was not pretty, but we still found a way to outscore. Third quarter, we actually did better than I thought now that I look at it. 24-18, so that's good. And fourth quarter, 26-21. I don't know. There was just so many empty possessions. What was in the second quarter? I think for both of us, I think we had, 8 empty offensive possessions in a row. So we just have to do better with maximizing every single possession, with the rebounding, with our defense, because our defense was not good enough this game. We had moments of good defense, but when it matters, like the end, we sold. So we have to do better. We have to have more pressure defensively. That was more of an effort, I will say, but we got to do better defensively. Like I said, you had the problems with Lee and Louisa, and we have to do better defensively. So that, with the turnovers, with the low IQ decisions at times, with Chris's rotations, etc., that's kind of, for the most part, the reason why we lose this game. But I'll talk about that more later. Biggest leads, they had a 9 lead in the fourth, and we had a 4 lead in the third. Now we continue on. So they had a 9-0 run in the first quarter. We had an 11-2 run in the third quarter. Okay, they had a 14-2 run in the third quarter into the fourth. Yeah, they definitely went on a run whenever Paige was out. He always chooses the most puzzling times to sit Paige because she hits a shot, she gets back, and she gets hot again. And then what does he do? Put her on the bench. I hate Chris. And then, yeah, so there's that. Best player streaks, Maya Caldwell with 5 and Louisa with 6. Now we continue on to the head-to-head metrics. Okay, so from the field, they were 33-63, 52.4%. We were 34-68, 50%. So they did a little bit better than us from the field. From the three, basically we evened out. We were better from the percentages, but we had the same amount of threes today, which is good. You had Lee hitting, I think, a 3 or 2. Paige had some threes. Louisa had some threes. Enrique may have had a 3 today. I don't remember. But, we were able to do better from the 3. So those, it's always good news. From the free throw line, 6 of 8, 75%. And they were 11 of 13, so they got more to cash in more. Turnovers, 12 to 9. So we had less turnovers than them. We're not in double digits with the turnovers, but still I have my problems with the passing it out of bounds, passing it into traffic continuously. I see them pass the ball so many times. Lee was guilty of this. Lee had 2 turnovers and just making bad passes over and over and over again. And the defenders are there waiting for you to pass them the ball in open space. You got to be better about that and just making dumb passes over and over and over again. You got traveling and just stupid stuff. Like the turnovers this game, I thought we had more, but they still frustrated me. They still really frustrated me. We have to do better. I hate turnovers like Paige said. Rebounding 30 to 38. Only 30 rebounds in a basketball game. I'm not hungry. We got to do better with those things. Box out and get the rebound. I don't know what's so hard about that. We look at assists 21 to 26, blocks 2 to 5, defensive rebounds 19 to 26, offensive rebounds 5 to 6, and points off turnovers 11 to 9. Now we go on. We have points in the paint 40 to 38, so pretty close. Fast break points 7 to 8. Both outs in transition. The amount of blown layups that I saw this game, bro. We always blow layups, but this game it was just so bad with the missed layups, bro. They have to do more layup drills. They really do. And I just now remember this, but I saw someone on Twitter saying that we need to have better practice players. Okay, we must have practice players from the YMCA. Okay, we need to get people like those UConn practice players so we can do better at finishing through contact at the rim. Because the amount of missed layups that we have is crazy. Us falling in love with the contested layup is crazy, bro. Only 8 points in transition in the whole game. I'm just, it's shameful. And our defense in transition is continuously not good, as I always say. Steals 7 to 5 and personal fouls 12 to 13. Why did the Dallas Wings lose this game today? It's a multitude of reasons. Some that I was kind of talking about. Defensively, we weren't good enough today. We got to do a better job at hedging the screens, at putting more pressure on continuously, at defending without fouling and not putting them at the line. We just had some mind-numbing moments defensively, not communicating enough, not knowing where you're supposed to be, leaving them open for stuff, and, having multiple defensive liabilities on our team. So I'm pretty much never pleased with our defense. They tried today. I will give them that. I just don't think that our defense was good enough today, And so you have those things. You also have the fact that we didn't get enough rebounds, like I was sharing earlier, which not getting enough rebounds it's definitely going to hurt you. We should out-rebound the other team if you want the opportunity to win. You got to go hard and hustle with that. I can appreciate a DJ for doing that. There was this one play, Paige was fine for the rebound. We got to do better in regards to the rebounding. The continuous moments with not finishing well at the rim, with taking contested layups, with the bad shot selection as well. Paige not playing point guard enough during this game for me at all. In the fourth quarter, she really came through. And did everything that she could. And there's that. Chris's rotations, like I always say continuously, are not good. Rotations when you have JJ and you have Lee, and just some of these rotations that he has are very questionable. Zaza to get more playing time, okay? And we just need to fix the starting lineup. Either Zaza needs to be in the starting lineup or Dejanay needs to be in the starting lineup. But you just can't continuously go through the rest of the season and make questionable decisions. Like I said, this is the same man that had Kyla Charles and Maisha Hanzalin in a starting lineup in the WNBA in 2025, and JJ Quinterly. We have to be serious with the starting lineups. Bad decision making and everything like that as well certainly hurts us and everything. We just got to do better. Closing out games and those things. I'm glad Paige was able to do what she did. I'm glad at everybody who was able to step up in the fourth quarter. That Enrique shot was very clutch. I think Haley Jones may have had some moments. I'm appreciative of the shots that did go in the fourth quarter and everything. We just have to do better at those things, at limiting the turnovers, not having turnovers in bad moments, I would say, as well. And yeah, there's just being plays that frustrate me. It was just so avoidable. Sometimes I just see them have plays and I'm just why would you do that? Just the way that they take the shots, the place that they take the shots, decision making that they make continuously. is very questionable to me and is very frustrating. Also, you have the fact that the Atlanta Dream did not have Ryan Howard today. Brittany Griner got ejected from the game, and Jordan Canada did not play, okay? And, those are people who play really good defense for them. So I thought, hey, we're going to be able to capitalize off this opportunity, and we can maybe get that win. I don't feel we capitalized enough on that opportunity, and, they were still playing hard and all those other things, and I think they just made less mistakes than us today, and so we have to do better about those things. I thought we may have a chance to win this one, but yeah, like I always said, it's funny how we can win against the New York Liberty without Stewie nonetheless, but we won against the New York Liberty, so I will take that today. And then we're losing against the Atlanta Dream with them not having 3 players in. We have to do better at capitalizing on those opportunities and playing smarter. I forgot to say that as well, but you have the fact that there's just so many empty possessions in this game, and that's very unacceptable to me. We have to do better with our decision making, with being unselfish. You see moments of good passes and everything, so I can appreciate those things. We have to do that. We have to play with discipline throughout the entire game. Chris's rotations are bad, and you have those things. I think those are the main reasons. Again, you guys can let me know down below in the comments why you think that we lost this game, but I think it's that. I think it's also Chris's coaching, but I mean, you guys know I hate Chris, so I feel like I don't even have to go into that. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of this game and everything. Heartbreaking to lose it in such a close fashion and everything, but at least we get closer to getting AZ fun. That's the silver lining of today. Paige 20 ball, Paige with 0 turnovers, Paige breaking records. I always leave here with something today, as you guys know. Too, but I'm the only one who's not really hungry for the matchup with the Dallas Wings and the Atlanta Dream, because the first time we played them, we played like ass, okay? The second time we played them, we actually played good defense, and we managed to win the game, and we held them to one of the worst shooting performances since, 2010, so that was a good game. And then this game, honestly, it was fun in the beginning. We had the kind of moments that frustrated me, and then in the fourth, it got really interesting, but generally, I don't know. It's like, when we play this team, when we play the Aces, like, I'm just not really hungry for those games. I don't know, like, as a fan, you're always going to have matchups that you look forward to and matchups that you don't look forward to. This matchup, we were able to get it competitive in that point, but I think that's also them playing some great defense on Paige and just in general and everything like that. I don't know. I just don't typically care for the matchup. In the end, we were able to make it interesting, but yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this matchup in general. What are matchups that you like in the W? I don't know. I feel like I haven't loved, the Connecticut Sun matchup is good because they're so ass and everything, and that is kind of interesting to me, and we'll see how teams get better. I think as we get better next year, as teams get better, we'll have matchups we look forward to more so for years to come with this team. But I don't know, I just had to add my 2 cents in with that. And a Dream side, so Naz Hillman, 30 minutes, 21 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 77.8% field goal percentage. I'm pretty sure they said that this was our career high. People always have career highs against us. You're noticing our defense is ass. Alicia Gray, this was not a good game for her standard. 35 minutes, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 41.7% for the floor. Not a bad stat line, It's just, she's had better performances this season, but, it's really not that bad of a stat line now that I look at it. Pow, 37 minutes, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 38% from the floor. Not efficient from the floor, but this isn't bad. It's just 37 minutes, and this is a stat line like child. Jones, 27 minutes, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 60% from the floor. That's good. Caldwell, 29 minutes, 13 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, 71% from the floor. That's good. Coffee, 8 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 50% from the floor. Okay, period. Brittany Griner, 16 minutes, 4 points, 4 rebound, 1 assist, and like I said, she got ejected from the game. And then we continue on. Thierry only had 1 assist. Shatori Walker Kimbrough had 16 minutes, 3 points, and 3 rebounds, and then they're out as I mentioned. So why did the Atlanta Dream win this game? They were just able to do what needed to be done in clutch time. They were able to capitalize more on their free throws. They probably got better coaching with Carl Semesko and everything like that as well. There's moments where, we were able to cut it close. We were able to make it interesting, but they were just able to do enough. And when you have Lee guarding you, shoot that 3. Why not? Why not? So, that was a lapse on us. But I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of do agree with Paige that every game doesn't necessarily come down to one play and everything like that. Because if we would have had smarter shot selection and done other things, we wouldn't even get ourselves in the position to be having to take that shot and everything like that. And like I said, Paige did a lot of good things in that fourth quarter to even get us in that position to take that shot. People sell her assists. People make done decisions. Chris is coaching and everything like that. The game can't be predicated on one play. I really don't believe that. I really don't believe that. And yeah, Paige said this, Final Four, the whole situation with Aaliyah Edwards' screen and everything like that. I have not seen the press conference today. But that's something that I generally do agree with. We could have done better things to close it out. A heartbreaker, but hey, at least we get closer to getting AZ. The Dream capitalized, and they did what they needed to do. So it's really that simple today.